open this garage door, when it lifts up, you will see a gorgeous 57 Chevrolet, a museum quality car. Let's just don't waste time further and get going and see what's inside this door. I know you are impatient. Let's get going, guys. Ta-da! Look at that black beauty here. And sir, you must be the proud owner of this car.
Thank you. I am.
I'm Dr. Fastlane, again, as you guys know, and this is Mr. Jim Erickson. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Well, thanks for allowing us to come and shoot this gorgeous piece of history. Now, I'm looking at your t-shirt here, and it says Erickson Classic Cars and Restoration. You have a shop that you
No, it's cars? Just a kind of a joke. My son bought it for me. It's because I restore cars here. So
okay, very nice.
Just for myself, though. Yeah.
Well, I was telling my viewers before the garage door opened that we are going to see a museum quality 57 Chevy. And guys, was I wrong? No, I wasn't. Sir, kindly tell us a little bit more about your car. What year? As I said, it's 1957. How did you acquire it? What did it take you to restore it to this pristine level of quality?
Okay, I found the car for years. I'd been looking for a 57 150. They make a Bel Air, a 210, and a 150. I wanted a 150 because Chevrolet made a Black Widow for NASCAR racing back in 1957.
I remember, yeah.
And they were black and white, and they had the fuel-injected engine in it. So I found this one in Las Vegas, Nevada in 2007, and it was turquoise and white, and I bought it from the guy, brought it home. It was a nice running car when I bought it, and my wife says, why are you going to take this apart? And I said, because I'm crazy. So, but I took it apart, body off, redid the frame, put four-wheel disc brakes on it, put a ramjet modern fuel-injected engine in it. It looks like the old mechanical fuel injection like in 57, but this is much more reliable. Tremec 5-speed transmission, Ford 9-inch, four-wheel disc brakes, air conditioning, cruise control. The cars, I finished it in 2012. It took me 4 years to do it.
And most of the work, you did it yourself?
Most, except for the paint in the interior. But I did everything else, yeah.
Nice. And see, guys, this is the best part. And what I love about these people is they just don't go spend money, get something ready to go, and just keep driving it. These people buy it, they have a vision in mind. And they mold that car or whatever they buy from wherever they buy from. Some of them buy from junkyard, some of them they buy from in just pennies, but then they put enormous amount of money to make it look this gorgeous. So that is very admiring. Okay, sir, so kindly show me what's inside, what kind of goodies you have inside this hood.
Okay, be glad to. Open this up. This is a Ramjet 350 crate motor from Chevrolet. It comes with everything. The only thing you have to do is add a dipstick and a starter. And I painted it naturally. But it's got power disc brakes, new radiator. Right, it's got air conditioning.
I don't think in that 1957 there was air conditioning.
Yes, you could get air conditioning, but not on this car. On a regular 283 four-barrel car you could, but not with the fuel injection you couldn't.
Okay.
Because that was meant for racing for that. I bought that from a Chevy dealer.
Got it. So
back in 2010, I think, when I had the car apart, I bought that motor.
So the motor, so you
buy it in a box. It comes in a crate.
You completely swapped the motor of it?
Yeah. It was a 350 that was in here in a 4-speed, and I pulled that out, took the 4-speed out, took the body off the frame, and redid everything.
Yeah, it looks, and then you painted it orange. Any reason, specific reason to paint it orange?
Because Chevrolet, that was their Chevrolet color, was orange. Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, and then anything else special that you did? I know this alternator that is just...
Well, the car has cruise control, and it's got all modern amenities to it. So it's, like I said, it's got power 4-wheel disc brakes, Willwood disc brakes now. I just changed them a year ago.
Willwood, yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, like a 9-inch Ford rear end, because it's a heavier duty rear end, so I put that in. And it's got coilover shocks in the front, so you can adjust the height on the front of the car. The back's got adjustable QA1 shocks.
It has a big radiator.
Yeah, this is bigger than normal.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about it overheating or anything in the summertime.
That's what I'm going to say.
Because it gets hot here.
And I'm sure it, because of the air conditioner you put in, this really helps to cool everything down.
Yes,
and
yes.
Doesn't let it, you know, heat up. Now, any significance of this spider that you put on here?
Because the car was called a Black Widow.
Okay.
Yeah, this looks like a Black Widow, but if you notice, instead of a whatever the symbol was on a Black Widow, real Black Widow, this has got a Chevrolet bow tie on it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That's
so there's
creative.
a couple. There's one in the inside too on the console.
Did you design this sticker yourself?
Well, it was in the Black Widow article about the Black Widow race cars, and I took it from that article, and then I had a graphic designer make that sticker for me.
So obviously the body is all steel, I would say, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. This is all original fenders, and even the bumpers are all original except for the back center section. That's a station wagon bumper.
Yeah, we'll get to the back in a moment, but let's just, if a camera can show you the beauty of this bumper, man. I mean, guys, nowadays all these cars, fiberglass. I mean, you punch the body, you kind of a little bit try to lay on it, and then the body goes in. But these cars were real deal. I mean, these are solid bumpers, and if you hit it or it hits you, I mean, your car, good luck, because that will cause significant damage, and probably nothing will happen to these. Again, the iconic Chevy emblem in the front. And this is all original bumper, I would say, right?
It's all original, re-chromed. It's re-chromed,
Yeah,
but it's the original bumper, yeah.
What about the headlights? Same?
The headlights are new. The frames are no, that's the original frames. I just had them repolished and put the black paint on it and stuff.
Okay. Now, guys, one thing I really want to tell you, car guys, their garage is their sanctuary. It's their man cave. And I was very proud of my garage and the way things are in there. I mean, they're more cluttered than anything, but when I started seeing garages of what these people have and the way they organize it so that you can appreciate every single thing, I mean, that amazes me, because I need to do some better job in my garage. But I will show you in a moment what he has in what kind of beautiful frames and very attractive pictures of the past and some car models that he has. Okay, guys, now it's time to talk about this very attractive paint. So I remember you showed me the pictures in the past. This was blue color.
This is turquoise. It was turquoise and white when I bought the car, yeah.
And probably that was one of those very common colors in those times. When
yes,
people used to buy these. Now you painted it black. First of all, why you chose the black color, number one. And number two, and I know that it's a Black Widow theme again, the same, probably that's probably your answer is. It's very, very shiny, flawless paint. So who did that for you?
It was done at a place called Crash Customs in Lake Havasu, Nevada, or Lake Havasu, Arizona. And it was painted, took them 6 months to paint it. They stripped it with walnut shells, stripped the turquoise paint off. You've got pictures of the car in bare metal. The car was a no-hit car. In fact, the guy that painted it said this was the nicest car he ever saw. And at the time it was 50 years old. So
how many coats did it do on it?
He's got, I don't know how many coats of black, and then there's clear on top of it. So it's so shiny.
Well,
I just had it ceramic coated 2 years ago, or a year ago.
So, and what's your experience with the ceramic coating on this?
Very nice. It's very easy to take care of the car after that, especially black. Black is a hard color to take care of. It gets dust and dirt on it right away. It's beautiful when it's clean, but they don't stay clean in the wind out here that much.
So now, speaking of that, so would you like to tell our viewers about ceramic coating? Because people have a lot of misconceptions about ceramic coating. They think, okay, once you do that, it won't ever get scratched, it won't ever get rock chips. I know that it's easy to clean, the water will just drip over it as if it's just like a silk.
Right.
But as far as swirl marks or the scratches, would that prevent it, or
No, you
Right.
could still have to be careful with the car. And
Yes.
you just probably every 4 or 5 years, Shane told me that maybe you'll have to bring it back to get it ceramic coated again.
Yes, and that's what I've heard too. But a lot of people think once you do the ceramic coating, because it's expensive, and so they think, okay, if we are spending $2,000 on it, $2,000 for ceramic coating or more, then my car is just spotless and it's going to stay spotless forever. That's not the case, guys. So you still have to take precautions and do your due diligence.
Yeah, you still have to take care of it.
Yes, remember, this is your family member. The way you take care of your wife, your children, your parents, this is your family. At least for me and for Jim, it is.
My wife thinks that I take better care of this than I do.
Well, that's the problem worldwide, sir. All wives are jealous of cars. And my wife told me one time, why don't you go sleep in your garage? I said, I could. I mean, I wish I could, but I don't have space in there. All right, so let's see. Let's talk about this rims. And is it
those I just put on. When I finished the car, I finished the car in 2012, and it had steel wheels with dog dish caps on it, small hubcaps.
Okay.
And after a year ago, I put Willwood brakes all the way around, and I wanted people to see the brakes because they cost a lot of money. So I put these old style American torque thrust D wheels.
So where are the original rims for it when it came?
The original, it had Krager mags on it when I bought the car. Those I sold to somebody. In fact, funny story, the guy that I had this at a show when it was in turquoise and white, and he wanted the shifter because they knew I was going to take the car apart. It had a 4-speed in it. And I says, well, I'm going to get rid of that, but I'll sell the transmission too. And he says, well, I'll buy the transmission. And he says, what are you going to do with the engine? I'm going to sell that. And he says, he ended up buying all the glass, the engine, the drivetrain, the rear end, everything off the car. Everything I took off the car, he bought from me. So,
okay,
because I replaced everything. So.
And I do collect car parts too. So if ever you want to sell anything, you want to sell the engine from inside or whatever, just talk to me, call me. You have my number, you know.
Oh, I see you every 6 months.
Yeah. All right. And now, this.
Yeah, the white
and black.
The black and white is the theme of the Black Widow. And the 57 Chevys didn't have a regular white. It was a cream color. So ironically, when I did the wheels, the steel wheels that were on here originally, powder coated them in a refrigerator white. And I said, I don't know if that's not the color it should be. But then reading history on Black Widows, I found out the white they used was a refrigerator white like this. So I ended up painting it the white like the Black Widow's supposed to be. So this is the correct color.
Very nice looking. You painted it white. This is the iconic Chevy badge in the back. And all this is original.
It's all original, but it's re-chromed. Yeah. Except for this. So this is a station wagon bumper. Because the original 57, the plate was up here. And I didn't want it up there. I wanted it down here. So I bought a station wagon center section. The sides where the taillights are and that was original, re-chromed. And then I had this station wagon bumper redone and put the plate down there.
And
this is a third taillight.
Third taillight, so it lights up too.
Yeah, companies make those. That's made in China.
So it wasn't.
It was a regular, just chrome, the original one.
But
yeah,
that's a nice addition for the aesthetics of the car. Now, in case if our viewers are wondering about your plate, can you explain to them what that plate means?
57 Black Widow. It should be, but I couldn't put 8 letters on there, so I only put 7.
Yeah.
So BK instead of BLK.
Still looking nice. I think in New Mexico, if you order a turquoise plate, they allow 8.
Oh, that could be.
Yes.
Because that one's got a black plate on. But anyway.
So I know for a fact because I ordered a turquoise plate with 8, and they allowed me to put 8 letters.
Oh, okay.
So it might put the BLK in the middle, the L in the middle if you want. But turquoise may not go as great as the yellow on it, to be honest.
That car's got a black plate on it. It's got the chili emblem on the side.
Right. I think that allows 6.
Yeah, I think 6 or 5. I'm not
letters,
sure. Yeah.
But so how big is the trunk? Let's see. How many bodies you can put in there? I have some patients I want to get rid of.
There's a bunch of stuff in there.
Yeah, I have some patients I want to get rid of. So you're not on that list yet, Jim.
I got too many keys in my pocket here. Here we go.
Okay. So your shorts are like a woman's purse. You can keep looking and you never find the stuff in there.
Now you see, this is, I'm going to be going to a show in a couple weeks, so
okay.
I got stuff in here.
So
but
wow, this is a big size trunk, and look, all the way goes deep. So you can have literally like 3 or 4 big size, at least 3 big size luggages if you are.
yeah, well, I got a subwoofer and an amplifier back there too with the stereo system in the car, so so it's even bigger than the way it looks. But
yeah, anything
and
special about?
I put the battery back here. Battery is under the hood, but I like the battery back
That's the battery up here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Then there's a shut-off switch and a key that you could take out for theft prevention and stuff. Plus, there's an alarm.
It's very
on the
easy
car.
to replace and all that if something happens, even to jump it, you know.
Yeah.
It's very accessible.
Yeah.
So let me tell you, the battery in exotic cars, I have an Aston Martin, and I wanted to change a battery because the battery died. And the guy who I hired to change the battery was cursing all the time, the whole time. This damn British engineering, I hate it. Guys, I have nothing bad to say about that car, but the battery they could have put in a better place. So that guy charged me triple, and he got a sprain in his elbow, and the battery was, I think, 20 pounds or something. And it was in an angle where you can't put 2 hands in there. And so with one hand getting it out, I don't know how I did that, but he was not happy. And so I make sure that I never run out of the battery juice. It's always on the battery tender.
So I have chargers on all these cars all the time.
Okay, perfect. And again,
it's just insulation in the trunk. That's all stock.
Yeah.
And this has got a power trunk, and that's why the wiring in there, plus the wiring for the third taillight, is in that wire coming down.
Nice. Now, I think that's about it inside the garage. But guys, because right now outside is very sunny and sparkly, I would like to take the car outside to show you the interior of the car. And what he has done to the interior. I think the interior is more amazing also and does the justice with the outlook of this car. Mr. Erickson, I was looking at this very impressive picture frame of, it says 1968 to 72 Chevrolet A-body production totals. So tell me briefly about this, and I wish I hope the camera can show you a little bit close up on that and see and to admire how much information is on this.
The first new car I bought in my life was a 1968 SS396 Chevelle, and I've had several Chevelles over the years, and it just I just found this poster and I put it up because it shows all production, numbers for the cars for 69, 68, 70. Ironically, I like the 69 the best, and I've never had a 69, but yeah, that's just.
And I'm sure this is a very limited edition.
Yeah, I bought that years ago when I first built the garage.
It will, value quite a bit at this time of, in 2024. And this is, I guess, is your.
That's the shop that built the car in Lake Havasu. That's Crash Customs.
And there's a Pontiac on the top.
It's a GTO. That's an 06. All of these cars are cars that I've owned. I've owned 56 cars in my life.
So why have you been selling it? I mean, come on.
I used to buy and sell right away.
Yeah.
I'd buy it and keep it for a year and sell.
Right.
That GTO was probably the fastest car I ever had in my life. That
it's a GTO, right?
Yeah, it's 06. That's the last year they made a GTO. Holden, a company named Holden in Australia made those from 2004 till 2006 for Pontiac.
That's very impressive. Chevy bow tie.
A friend of mine that I used to work with make those. He's a car guy too, and he made those, and that's all 55 Chevys. Because I've had 3 55 Chevys in my life, and I always would go looking for a 57. I'd buy a 55 all the time. Finally, I found the 57 I wanted. So,
guys, if I show you every single frame or picture in this garage, it will be at nighttime, and you will be like unsubscribing my channel. So I don't want that. Let's show you something more nicer. I mean, everything is nice, but we have to obviously keep the time constraints in mind. What is that, sir, on top?
1934 Ford. That's an original 34 Ford grill shell. When I retired in Milwaukee in 1998, I had a retirement party, and the guy that made the Chevy picture frame there, he bought that from somebody as a gift for me, and those are my headlights from this 34 Ford that I owned at the time.
So that's the grill from that too?
No, those headlights were on that car originally. These are different headlights that are on it.
Okay.
But that's in Wisconsin. That's when I lived in Wisconsin. That's my son's Firebird. So
Yeah, I used to have a white color, and I used to call it a boat because it looks like a boat, like the way it is. And then I bought it too, and it was a pure white color, and I liked it. But then I ended up selling it too. But it was a nice looking car. But I like this.
well, he still got. He doesn't have that one. I bought him that when he went into the Air Force in '95, and he got out of the Air Force in '98, smashed it up, totaled it. And 6 months later, with the insurance money, he bought another one exactly like it, and he still has that car.
So, guys, I have 4 Corvettes. I'm a big Corvette fan, and I have 2 C5s. I ended up selling one. This is the iconic C5 Corvette rear end, but this is not the same size. So Jim will tell you more about what this is and how did he acquire this one.
In 2000, I ordered that Corvette up there. That's the 2001, and I ordered that in mid-2000s, and I had it delivered. A friend of mine back in Wisconsin was making those 3/4 sized rear ends for Corvettes for all years, and my wife bought me that for Christmas one year. So
Does that light up? The lights? It would have been nice if it could have light up.
it does light up.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that would really look.
I don't know if the batteries are.
Yeah.
I haven't used it for a long time.
Great. Well, and by the way, if you guys are wondering what this thing is that we're standing on, this is the 4-post lift, and this really comes in handy. You can change the oil, you can store cars underneath it. That's why there's a higher ceiling.
That's why. Yeah, we designed this house with a 12-foot ceiling, so you can put the lift in there.
Right. Okay. And is it bolted on the ground, or is it just
No, this is movable. You see the 4 wheels up there. You can put those on it, so you can move this around if you want.
That's pretty nice. Yeah. I have the one which is a 4-post double car lift.
Oh yeah.
But that is
2 on top and 2 underneath.
We never bolted it, so it kind of buckles a little bit if you try to lower it down.
Well, with all the cars, oh yeah.
Yeah, for the weight. So we should have bolted it, but we didn't. My mistake. This is very eye-catching paintings. What are these?
These are all from Good Guys shows. I volunteer for a company called Good Guys Rod and Custom Association. They're the largest rod and custom group in the world. We have 100,000 members all over the world.
Yeah.
And we put on, this year we're putting on about 18 shows throughout the United States. Big shows. Anywhere from, I just was one a week ago, and it was 1,100 cars. But the one in Columbus, Ohio is the biggest show that they put on, 7,500 cars.
And then you're telling us that that's you, your wife?
Yeah, that's my wife, my daughter, my son, our son-in-law, and my son and my daughter, sister-in-law.
Well, there you go. The whole family with the cars together. What do you need? And then my favorite part, car models. 118 scale, 124, pristine. I like the way you arranged it, and
Thank you.
it's spotless and looks amazing.
When we built this garage, we were living around the corner renting a house. We were building this house, and somebody came up one day and said, "How big is that garage?" And I said, "It'll hold 85 cars." And they said, 85 cars? And I said, yeah, there's 79 little ones and 5 big ones.
Yeah, then if we go with that math, I think my garage has 420 plus 12 is 432 plus another 130, 532. Yeah, around 550 cars. So that's nice. Guys, if you are looking at this yellow one, we don't want to talk a lot about that for now because we'll do a separate episode for this car. It's called Falcon. Just briefly, can you tell our audience what that is?
It's a 1964 Falcon, 2-door station wagon, which is kind of rare. They made 6,000 of them in 64, but they're real hard to find. It took me 4 years to find this car. It was sort of done when I found it was painted and everything, but I've modified stuff. Hot rods are never done. You're always doing stuff with them.
I agree 100%. All right, so far we have seen the engine of the car, we have seen the rear end, which is downright gorgeous, the rims we talked about, We talked about the brief history of the car and the inside of the garage where there is a lot of memorabilia. Now it's time to look at the interior. Please tell us, so this upholstery, this pretty much goes very well with the theme of the car. So when did you put that on?
Okay, when these seats are from a Nissan Quest van, because I wanted armrest seats because I drive this car. So I found these, and the material, the fabric here is called cobblestone. That's the factory stock material. We found it up in Oregon at a shop. The black is leather, and then the console's leather covered. It's got classic instruments in the dash. Got classic gauges inside. It's got a rain gear wiper system, which has intermittent like a modern car, or regular full low speed and high speed wipers. It's got a radio delete plate that looks like there's no radio in the car, but in the console there's a Kenwood sound system in here with subwoofers and whatever. And it's got air conditioning, like I said, cruise control.
And I see that you put a Hurst shifter in there.
Yeah, the Hurst shifter. It's a Tremec TKO 500 5-speed, so I got an overdrive. This
is all aftermarket, I guess, or this?
No,
is
that's all factory. This funny story with this, they don't repo these, so I found it on eBay, and I put an offer in on it for like $25. It ended up I had to pay $75 for this plate plus get it painted, because somebody else wanted it too, and we were at a bidding war for it. But this is 14 years ago.
Okay.
But
that is nice.
Yeah, it's carpeted, new headliner.
Okay. And the ceiling.
That's all relatively stock type, but it's new. You know, it's a new.
Well, again, I love the theme, the black and white theme everywhere, and gray, and it goes very well with the ambience of the car and the overall the look. So, guys, stay tuned. Now we'll be going for a ride. Mr. Erickson will be driving his car, and I will be following him on a helicopter and see where we end up.